gotta leave. Like 2 applications. Stop. You really need to stop this. Go. Get out. This cat is like... Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Catherine. I do a lot of productivity videos, life videos, lifestyle videos, a lot of stuff like that. Today I am doing something that I said I would do a couple of weeks ago when I got my iPad. I'm going to do an iPad review, a student school kind of review. When I got it, it was my first iPad that I got like a couple of weeks ago. So I just wanted to do a review. If you are someone who is kind of hesitant, if you are a student in college or high school or whatever who is hesitant to get an iPad because you're not sure if it will work, if it's for you or whatever, this video is for you. I will review and give you my honest opinion of whether or not I think an iPad is useful in college or even for work. You know, it's kind of all the same thing, you know, for work, college, or anything like that, if it is useful or not. So yeah, I'll also kind of show you what is on my iPad, how I use it other than just school, because obviously that would kind of be boring if I just used it for school. So I will kind of also show you how I use it for anything else other than school. Little side note, if you like the necklace that I am wearing, it is super cute. It has little pearls right here, gold on this side. If you like my necklace, I will link them down below. This site sent me super cute jewelry. They sent me this along with some cute rings that I will show you. I'm not wearing them right now. Like these little cute rings. And another necklace that I was wearing in my previous video. I will have them linked down below if you do want to check that out, or else go check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I will be mentioning them in a little bit. Alright guys, ignore my nails. I developed a bad habit when I was young and all the nail salons are closed due to COVID, so please ignore that. So this is what I see when I open my iPad. I have these little widgets on the side here. This is my to-do list. I always keep a little to-do list. I do make one by hand like every day when I have stuff to do. But this is just a little reminder. I actually didn't update it today, so this is like from previous days. But it's just a little reminder so that every time I open my iPad, I don't forget like what I actually have to do. So yeah, it'll be right here. So every time I open it, I see what I have to do. I'll start with things that I use the most for school, which would be here. I have the Moodle app. The Moodle app for my school is what we use especially since we're all online. This is where they send us all of our homework and everything like that. I go on dashboard and right here there's like all my classes. Why am I having so much trouble? There you go. These are all my classes. I click on a random class and it shows everything. I'll do all sections and everything that I need to have is right here. I find it's an easier way and faster way to just kind of check something when I have a little question than to go on my computer and log on. I feel like the app on my iPad is just kind of easier to use. I do have the Notion app. Notion is something that I talked about in another video. So if you do not know what Notion is, I will redirect you to the other video. It is really amazing. It has changed my student life. So please go check that video before continuing on this one. Just so that you can understand how it is helpful. So this too, when I have a little question, I just want to check something out, I do enjoy going on my iPad just because it's a little faster than opening my computer, my laptop, and you know, just going through that. If I have a little question, I'll just go onto this, open it up, I have a little question, there you go, check it out, and then I have my answer and I can go back to just doing my normal homework. So that I find is super useful. Now, GoodNotes. This is the main thing that I spend most of my time on my iPad concerning school. Not for everything else, just really for school. I use GoodNotes. You just can go download it in the App Store right here. GoodNotes. right here. Obviously I already have it. It does cost money. I think it's something like around $10, and it's just a one-time fee. You don't have to pay anything after that. You get 4.8 out of 5. You know, it's one of the good ones. I think this one and Notability are kind of the two main ones. I never actually tried Notability. I stuck to GoodNotes just because once I got used to it, I didn't feel like adapting myself to, again, another application. So I do like GoodNotes. So now we can go on to GoodNotes. This is a little notebook that I created just to practice everything. So I will show you kind of how I do my notes. I take my pen that is right here. You click right here for the pen style. You click twice to have these little options show up. I use the foundation pen. I bring down the tip sharpness. I don't really use it, and I use pressure sensitivity to 75%. I am a left-handed gal, so I did have to specify that in status and palm rejection. I wrote that I was a left-handed and my hand posture is like this. This just does that when I'm writing, like, my hand won't undo when I'm writing. It will really concentrate just on the pen. Sit, draw and hold, yep. The foundation pen, I will give you an example of what the foundation pen does look like. I wrote in different styles. This is just kind of what it looks like. This is at the second biggest option. If you take the small option, when I take notes, I write in the small option. It looks really small like this, but I'll show you kind of how I adapt it to make it easier to control than these just kind of tiny lines. And I'm writing up, so obviously my writing isn't great right now. And this is the biggest option. So if I do titles or subtitles, I will usually use the big one or the medium one, sorry. But when I'm actually taking notes, I will use the small one, and I will show you an example. What I press on is this little box at the top. This is what happens. This is where you are writing. This is to control where you're gonna write. And down here is what you're actually writing. So I will take the smallest option and I will write. There you go. I wrote really badly once again, and then to continue, I would just go here. There you go. And then to get out of there, you just click on this. So you see, it doesn't look so small. It looks small on the video, but I promise it's not. I'll give you an example after when I have pages full written in that exact way, and you see it'll look much better than this. Then the next option is the eraser. I find the eraser sometimes is very intense. So if I just want to undo something, you can just double click and it'll undo the act you just did. So sometimes instead of erasing, like if I just misspell something, instead of erasing the whole thing and starting over, I find it's quicker to just double click and it'll undo whatever you just did. Then the highlighter, just highlight. And I took the option that it highlights straight all the time because obviously my hand isn't perfect, so it's kind of, you know, weird. Once again, you have different sizes of highlighter. There you go. So the 3 different sizes depending on if you're highlighting a title, just some random writing or anything like that. You can import a picture. You just tap it, drag it wherever you want, make it bigger, smaller, however you want to put it. And then it's really fun when it's like some sort of graph or something, then you go back to writing. There you go. So, you know, it's fun. It gives you images. It's more concrete than just, you know, writing on a pencil where you can't just put an image like that without printing it, and that's just super long. You can also do text box. If there's something that you feel like is better to just write, you can write they had fun, you know. So that's that you can write in text. These are the colors. This is kind of the color schemes that you get with GoodNotes. However, if you want to make your own color palette, you can find hex numbers. You go here, you can search pink nude color palette hex numbers. There you go. And then you just have to copy the hex numbers into GoodNotes, right here, you type in your hex number and then it will give you all your palette. So that makes for some very color coordinated notes and it makes them pretty. You can make shapes like right here. I'll make them pink. I can make a square that was supposed to be a circle, but circle. Make it bigger or smaller. Triangle. This is fun for if you want to like box stuff in. If you find that this is important, you know, you can just kind of box it in to remember and then, I don't know, use the highlighter and be like, this is important. Alright, so now I will show you examples of some notes that I have taken. I have a folder for every class, so I will open my Poly 206 class, and then I have different notebooks for the different subjects that we are seeing in every class. So this is my Dante, Aristotle, Plato. If we open Aristotle, there you go. I'll start from the beginning. I'm not the type of person to take thousands of hours to make it super artsy. I don't have time. So I do what I can. I try to make cute little titles like this one, Aristotle. I did use a picture here to kind of point this was an important picture in history, just to kind of know who's Plato, who's Aristotle. Like this. As I go on, oh, see I made a box here just because this term was important. As I go on, you do kind of see a difference that I get more and more used to it. Here is an example. I like having space. I don't like when my notes are super cluttered. So you see, this is very spacious. I have space between every element term, just so that I don't feel too like cluttered when I'm reading my notes. And all of this is written using this little tool right here. And it looks smaller on the video than in real life. And it's big enough. I see everything like without a doubt.
And I do like changing out my colors every day just so that I know when one class ends and another begins. This is the last of Aristotle right here. I will show you Dante. This is something I just started. Once again, I like having space. I don't like when there's too much information just on one page. I like using different colors but in the same kind of palette just so that it doesn't seem unorganized. So again, I inserted a picture just to remember what the Dante's, in this example, what Dante's circles were. Yeah. Once again, I use different colors but in the same palette so that it does look pretty organized. Here, this is important to go with the next page.
And now I will show you probably my favorite aspect of good notes. Let's say I'm in this class and there's a term that I want. I'm not sure which notebook it was in. I don't feel like looking through everything. You can search. So all you do is search. You search up the word. We'll use Virgil, okay. He's one of the characters in one of the books that I read, but if I somehow don't remember where he is, I will search Virgil and it will tell me I wrote it in my notebook about Dante in the 206. It told me I wrote it 14 hours ago, and it'll show me exactly to what page. All I have to do is press on it and it will bring me to exactly where I wrote this. It saves you so much time for when you're looking for a specific term. You don't have to flip through every single page. You just search, it'll tell you exactly where you used it. And yep, it says 1 of 1 result. So this is the only page where I wrote this word. So that is perfect. I know where it is. I don't spend too much time looking for it. So I find that that is very useful. One other really cool thing that I did not show you is that you can open the two apps that you are interested in. This is my Moodle, what I use, you know, for school. And let's say GoodNotes, and you just drag it up here. There you go, let go, and it splits your screen in half, which is honestly really cool because you can follow along either your class on Zoom or your PowerPoint notes or anything, and then you can have this side where you're taking notes where they're side by side. So that is really cool, and it is a super awesome feature. Alright guys, so for school, that is pretty much it. I'm sure you can do so much more with it, but that is pretty much what I use it for, and I have to say, I do find it is better than on paper. Don't get me wrong, I love writing my notes on paper. I've always loved having things on paper, but this is pretty much the same thing. You write the notes anyways, because I hate typing notes. I feel like that doesn't get into my head, but you are still writing the notes, so I do think it is amazing. You can search for words, you can do all that, but you can have both at the same time. It has changed my life. I do think that it is worth it for school. So if you are someone who is looking to buy into an iPad, I do fully recommend. I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting the Pro just because I think that this is fine and it does what it needs to do for school. If you want to do something more with it, then by all means go check that out. I don't want to pronounce myself on that. I don't know. I really just pretty much use it for school and for other things that I will show you now. But yeah, for me that is perfect. I do not need more, and it was not too expensive. It's really affordable for something that brings so much easiness and simplicity to your life. So yeah, I really do recommend it, and that's pretty much it. Next, I will show you what I use my iPad for fun now, just because it is not all about school or work. Yes, so I will show you everything else that I just kind of have on my iPad. Here I have all of my entertainment, TikTok, YouTube. I just don't have Snapchat on this because I don't really think I'd be taking selfies with my iPad. So I just really have Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Studio. But I have to say the thing I use the most is YouTube. I love watching YouTube on my iPad. I was watching Hannah Elise. I do love having YouTube on my iPad just because it's a lot easier to drag around than my computer, and it's bigger than my phone. So every time I watch YouTube, it's pretty much on my iPad every single time. I go on Pinterest a lot too. Go follow my Pinterest. Just because that too, I find it super simple. You can just play with it. I like being more hands-on than, you know, on my computer just swiping everywhere. So this is my Pinterest. You guys get to see a bit of what it looks like. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The next main thing that I use my iPad for is Procreate. I spend so much time on this. My boyfriend is very annoyed. I do like using Procreate to do my thumbnails. So here is my 2 latest thumbnails that I used Procreate to make. Then I do like doing this. I got the idea from Julia K. Christ. This is me and my boyfriend. I'm not done, and I'm learning, guys. I know it's not perfect, but I find them so cute. I think that they're fun. This is one that my sister did. I showed my sister and she loved it. And this is her dog. I find it super cute. This is me, my cat, dog. I attempted to do the horse, but that was just too ambitious for me. That's difficult. I started doing this one of my thumbnails that I thought would be cool to do. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Procreate. I do want to start doing more. Oh, these are some drawings that I did on Procreate as well. I do want to start using it more, just maybe when I have a bit more time, like when school will be over or something like that, just because for now I don't have the time with YouTube and everything. Alright, so I think that is gonna be it for today's video. I really hope this helped you if you're someone who is thinking about getting an iPad and you just kind of want to know. I completely think that it did help. I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy with the one I got. You know, I didn't get the Pro. I got really the lowest one, the least expensive one, and it does everything that I need. It's super helpful, so I do think you should go for it. Do it. It'll be good for the economy. Okay. Yes, so I do really think you guys should get one. I love my iPad. It has changed my life for school. It has just made everything more accessible, because obviously I can't do school stuff or work stuff on my phone. That's just not useful at all. It's too small, and my computer sometimes is just too big. If I'm going somewhere and I want to do something on the go, this is so much easier. I can bring it along so much easier. And yeah, with the pen and stuff, it is exactly like writing notes, because I know some of you are probably hesitating because you like physically writing your notes and having the paper in your hand. This is the next best thing. You are physically writing your notes, and you know, you can search, as I showed you, you can search everything. Yeah, so I do think it is worth it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It helps me out so much. Give me a thumbs up, a comment. I will respond to every single comment. I love speaking to you guys, so please do that. It's so much fun. I love it. and go watch my other videos. I work super hard on them. It's all for you guys. I love it. And yeah, so follow me and give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so have a great day, you guys. Bye.